I'm Lei Wann. I am a lineal descendant of this valley, Hāʻena, Limahuli Kauaʻi. My ancestors come from this place, and I enjoy making foods from our traditional plants and seaweeds. So I'm going to jump into some recipes today that you can do from home and things you can forage out in our local community. We are going to be making inamona. We've got all of our kukuis that we gathered, and if you remember, we have about 20 to 30 nuts or so. The first thing we're going to do is put them in either a bucket or a jar and do the float test. So if it floats to the top, that means there's air inside of the nut. And we don't want that. That means that could have, bacteria or fungi growing in it. So it's been exposed to the elements in the world. So in the float tests, we see if they float. And if they don't, we're good to go. Take them out and get them ready to cook. There's a few different ways that you can roast a nut. You could do it over a fire, either on a grill or if you have an old pot that you don't mind getting a little black, that's a good place to do it. And essentially you're going to turn it on the fire, either on the grill or in the pot for about 25 minutes or so, 20 to 25 minutes. A good way to check if they're done is to crack the nut open and see if they've reached that golden color that we like in inamona. And we don't want it to be white, we want it to be nice and gold like this. If you do not have a fire or you're not comfortable using a fire, the way you can do it inside your home is to use an oven. You want to put the oven at about 300 degrees and again cook it for about 20, 25, maybe 30 minutes. Around 25 minutes, I'd crack one nut open and see if it's golden color. You get the nuts crackle and start to shed. Some might even crack in half, and you'll hear them kind of crackling in the oven. Even if one or two has split in half, you know that they are just about ready. You could use a mitt or glove to pick one up and check it, crack it in half and see if it's golden color, and turn the oven off. Wait for it to cool down, because it will be very hot to touch. Ones are nice and cool now. You can take them out and start cracking. You could use a hammer and crack it with a hammer on a cutting board, or because I do this a lot, I have a nut cracker. It's a macadamia nut cracker. I like these because they keep the nuts, they don't shatter the shell and you don't have a whole bunch of particles everywhere. So once you cracked it open, you can use like a butter knife like this to pull out the nut, and you see it's nice and golden color. It's the color we want. I have this special tool because my uncle and I have been making this delicacy for generations. So I have a special tool. It's like a old spoon. You got to watch for these pieces of the nut. You don't want to get them in there. But you're going to bring out the meat. As you're working with it, you'll feel the oils come out of the nut. It's very oily, hence why it's called candle nut, and it burns really well. That oil is great for your skin. It also is used in cuts and scrapes as antibacterial medicine that we use in our culture. You know that you've overdone your nuts when they start to turn black like this. It either means that the nut itself was way overdone, or there might have been a little puka or hole in there, or it's just a very old nut. This is the non-cooked nut. We kind of want to get our roasted nuts to about this color, the golden color. So if it's still white like that, it's not roasted enough. Again, stick to that golden color. We call Kauaʻi gold or Hawaii gold. That's the color you want for Inamona. So you could leave the nuts like this and put it in a jar and keep it on your shelf. It can stay on a shelf for about a year. You know that it's turning when it starts to turn into an oil. And essentially, you've made kukui nut oil. The other way that you can use it, kind of common way, is to take some of the Inamona and maybe add, half salt to it. You might add a nioi to it too. Dice up the nioi and add it to it. In some old Hawaiian villages, people talk about when times got hard, they would go get coconuts off of trees and just eat the coconut meat with Inamona, salt, and nioi, and that was enough. I was thinking we should really utilize this Inamona in one of our most famous dishes here in the Hawaiian island. We love to eat poke. So I'm gonna grab my limakohu. I'm gonna grab some raw fish, and I have about 2 cups here of raw fish and probably about a 1/4 cup of Inamona. And I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle it all over my raw fish. Put a little bit of paʻakai, equal portions to the Inamona. Add some round onion to it. And our limakohu from earlier today. And I'm going to add some chili pepper. Probably add about 3 or 4 chili pepper. Dice it up real tiny. Add it in there. Oh, and I have green onion. I might as well add. And put that on top and mix it up. Poke bowls are popular throughout the US and kind of started here in Hawaii. Well, this is the original Hawaiian style poke with our Inamona. It's probably the most popular way we eat Inamona.